Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Pathfinder Kingmaker. Where we left off last time, we were just looking around at some things in our city. Apparently there's some high priest thing that wants to be done. Do we have any money? We do. We can restore this. Actually, you know what we should do? And it's not to restore the stupid Bronze Shield Fortress just yet. That will happen eventually, but we need to build this town, and we finally have some money to do so. We need to build the Halflings Brewery, because that's going to be a thing we're going to have. We can have a 10% chance to earn 3 BP each week, and a 10% chance to earn 1 BP each week. Plus we get some relations from it, and we're going to jump it right here in the corner, I think. We have the Longhouse already, and it goes... Oh, we need Dragon's Armor Shop too, so this town's going to be full of just extra buildings, basically. We already have a Dragon's Armor. We can build 2? Hold up. Okay, we're gonna load this autosave or quick save because we don't need 2 Dragon's Armor Shops. I forgot we already had one, and having 2 is kind of silly. So we gotta get back into range of our capital. All right, quickly going back into here. All right, we did that and did this, and we are going to do regions and this town. Enter. All right. Alright, so we are going to build that one Halflings Brewery though, and we're going to put it right there, I think. It's fine. Does it get bonuses from anything? It does not. Granary affects the windmill, which we don't have yet, so let's build a windmill. +1 community, if located in settlement with a granary or brewery, +2 if there's both, and it has to be in a separate slot, so I'll put it there. We need a granary and a brewery now, so granary and a brewery. It needs to be +1 when located in a settlement with a tavern, so we need a tavern. We'll put it over there though. We're running out of money already. I guess that's pretty much it for our money. Although we could buy some BP. We do have tons of money. Let's buy like 100 BP. How much is that? 8,000? That's affordable. Let's just do that. Which means we need to go back out and in. For some reason it doesn't update live. Kind of weird in that regard, but whatever. Now, we'll start building this thing. So we have 100 BP again, 121 I guess technically. Let's build a tavern. Taverns get bonuses from being adjacent to a longhouse and also a barracks. So we can build a barracks. +1 ability when adjacent to a longhouse though. But I think we'll put it there. We don't necessarily need this stability. We do need docks though. Docks are kind of important. And there's a piers over there. Piers are good for community and economy, I believe, when they upgrade to a marina. What else what else do we have money for, I guess is a better question. Adjacent to a tavern, we can't build that yet. Adjacent to a shop. Does this count as a shop? I don't think that counts as a shop. I think it has to be literally a shop. I think we're out of money though for anything real, so at least we have some buildings going in that town. It's not the most ideal setup, but it's better than some. Go away! Exclamation mark. All right, we're gonna head down to the Shrine of Lamashju. Unfortunately, I don't actually know how to tell what day it is. So it's the 17th currently.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
Oh wait, hang on. We haven't gone to the bridge over the Gudrun River yet. We should probably rest it first. Yeah, that would have been a good call. There is a fight here that I don't think we're capable of doing yet. Mostly, actually singularly at this moment, because we don't have any cold iron weapons. We should rest. We should also pick up a cold iron weapon of some sort. We're pretty close to our capital. We should just wander back and buy one. Maybe we could try that fight. There is a fight there though that is a little bit
set up camp.
Sketchy. In that we will probably die. Just cancel for now. We'll rest when we get to the capital. We're gonna go buy a cold iron weapon. Tavern? Main square. I don't think we're a high enough level to fight the Kragalinorn. In fact, I'm almost certain we're not. I'm like 90% certain that he will turn us into a thin paste, but we can try it. He is really hard to kill. He hits extremely hard, does a lot of AoE damage, has a ton of life. I think his armor's relatively low because he's huge or giant. One of those classes of creatures. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to say. Give me a cold iron something. Maybe you don't have one. Maybe it's the other guy. Definitely no cold iron weapons there, so how about you, Verdal? There we go, cold iron weapons. Alright, we can get a longsword, a hand axe, or a earthbreaker. We have nobody that uses any of those weapons, really. I guess we can just do the longsword and give it to Valerie. That might be the best bet. Also, it's the cheapest. We're all about cost saving. Oh, we should probably rest while we're here. We should go stop in Dragon's shop too at some point, which is actually only a couple stops from here. We might as well go do that. He's got good items, as I recall. Yeah, we'll do that really quickly, then we'll go to the Gudrun River. Did our cat just try and attack Valerie? Kitty. That's a bad kitty. Let me guess, some disaster struck our... Nope, nothing, okay. I always worry when I go to sleep because usually something horrible happens over that 8-hour period that, like, destroys our settlement. Except... I should probably check my formation, actually, now that I think about it, but we'll deal with that in a second. Alright, so the town's right here. It's only a 13-hour walk. Gnarl Keep. We should get the default name of everything, because why not? And your location. I think we can change them at any time. Or maybe we can only change them when we're starting our settlement. Anyways, here we are in this town. Usually there's like little quests, sometimes. But there's Dragon. Let's go talk to him. That's who we want to talk to. Greetings. As you can see, I've already set up shop. Took a lot of work, of course, but now I've got a nice place. No worse than a guild smithy. So tell me about that idea you had about the family relic and masterpiece. His face clouds over. Here's the story. Our family used to have a suit of plate armor named Onslaught. My grandfather wore it to perform many heroic deeds. What a great dwarf he was. But it's been stolen by my own brother Kurgan, and then Kurgan fled. Onslaught has been on my mind ever since. I intended to bring the relic back to the clan and restore my good name. After you hired me, one merchant told me he saw fragments of the armor that looked like Onslaught. Kurgan is such a fool, he couldn't find a buyer for the whole suit. It's too valuable, so he pawned it off piece by piece. Someone got the Yamberts, some got the gauntlets, a third got the cuirass. A fine set of armor turned into a pile of junk, fancy junk. See if you can't find my grandfather's armor and bring it back. I promise I'll repay you. It turns out 3 local merchants have 3 pieces of the armor. They're like vultures pulling apart a corpse. They buy whatever catches their eye, not caring whether it's stolen or not. One merchant appears to be in the capital. Another was staying at some trading post. It's got an owner with a strange name. The third always prowls in distant corners looking to buy valuables on the cheap. I believe he has an acquaintance, Huntress Doomra. She might well have it. Talk later. Wait, I went to your store. Do you like my lands? Want to know more about you? Blah blah blah, I don't care about that. I just wanted the store. I thought he has a place. Nope. Okay. I guess we can't buy anything here. Although there is a store person. There usually is in these towns. I thought it was Dragon, honestly, but... maybe it's Shania? May the perfect human protect you. I'm happy to meet you, O worthy one. A young woman catches your eye. She looks like she has come from far away. She approaches with a dancing gait and addresses you, speaking in an unfamiliar drawl. My name is Shania, but you may call me the Tulip, as all my best friends do. Ever since the sun rose today, I've had a feeling that I shall take part in a grand encounter, one that shall change our fates forever, and lo, it is so. Praise be the perfect human for this gift he has bestowed upon these eyes that see the future. And so we meet. What next? You, O worthy one, can help me find my calling. I'm beset by debt. What if by choosing the path of a master smith I'm making a terrible mistake? After all, I, Shania, of the Tulip has seen many wonders, the likes of which your humble realm has never heard of, and I wish to recount them, but alas, I cannot write your language. For this reason I require a writer, and a worthy one. I have witnessed Master Chokek cover emptiness in tattoos, and human grew out of them, for these patterns were so intricate and deep that the ink became more important than the flesh. Trust me, for I have woven the tale of these events myself. Perhaps I've been destined to become the muse of a great writer. If, O worthy one, you'll find a suitable scribe for me, I shall pay you back handsomely with my wisdom and advice. Lindsay, go talk to Lindsay. I'm grateful, O worthy one. Shall I relate to you the story of my ancestor Vubalak? Let's see if she's nimble enough to write it all down without omitting any of the colorful details. I greet you, young Lindsay. They say that you're writing a book. That is was most fortunate, for I could embellish it with a few stories I have lived through during my adventures. Once I met a monk from the House of Perfection. He was ascetic and hadn't eaten for 4 whole years. Hold on, 4 years? Are you sure that he ate absolutely nothing? Maybe it was, well, you know, some moderate fasting? More like a diet. Like when you do eat, but only a little bit. No, why would you think that? Breaking his ascesis would have been a shameful weakness. He did not eat at all. The people revered him as pious and enlightened man, whose spirit was very strong. But I, as soon as I met him, suspected he might be a liar, so I decided to expose him for what he truly was. Wait a minute, 4 years? That's impossible. If I skip breakfast and dinner, my stomach hurts so bad that I can't even walk. It's really hard to believe a monk could spend 4 years like... Young Lindsay, by paying attention to unimportant details, you run the risk of missing the heart of the matter. As I was saying, I decided to bring the monk's dishonesty to light. I enlisted the services of a shaitan who owed me a favor. The Earth Genie stood in front of the monk and sang a song, and that very moment, the hermit's face twitched, as a stream of stones erupted from his mouth. Imagine this, he had swallowed rocks to fill up his stomach to save him the pangs of hunger. He swallowed enough stones to fill his stomach and lived, and never had to eat again. As far as I know, it doesn't work like that. Of course, I'll write down your story, but I doubt it will enjoy much success. It's just too incredible for our provincial audience. With a guilty smile, Lindsay turns away. Your story is truly incredible, Shania. Perhaps I'm not as good at telling stories as I thought. After putting the events of the past into words, it's not quite the same as witnessing them. Perhaps I chose wrongly when I decided to become a muse. Until I can answer this question, I shall remain true to the calling I've always pursued, weaponsmithing. If, in your kindness, you can indulge me once more, and grant me a workshop in these lands, then I swear to you, I shall make for you truly miraculous weapons, the likes of which the land has never seen. But for now, let me tell you a story that our conversation reminded me of. Alright, fine. The truthful story was divined for me by a woman who had eyes on the palms of her hands. I don't think so. That's very like Pan's Labyrinth, though. Once upon a time, the sorcerer Maka Abakara decided to become immortal. He started living his life with such purpose and determination that its essence would be imprinted on all his future incarnations. Maka studied the arts and became a great conqueror. He consumed the flesh of his enemies and servants to gain their strength. At a feast, Maka once swallowed a whole tiger, and the beast's rage and hunger burned in his veins until consumed by it. He ate himself. Years went by, and a young prince by the name of Purusav Vagba destroyed Maka's empire, slaying all of his generals, for Purusav was the reincarnation of Maka, bent on restoring the empire to its true glory. Eventually Purusav was defeated in battle and his empire died with him, but it was Maka Abakara who spawned the terrible race of Rakshasa, cunning beasts half human and half animal. Trust me, for I have met these creatures many times. Maka always dreamed of leaving a mark on the world. And he did, but not in the way he explained. It was not on the battlefield that his name became immortalized, but in bed, surrounded by concubines. Each may be mistaken in choosing their own path, even the wisest of all. Perhaps I'm destined to be your advisor, O most worthy one, or your lover. I mean, fair enough. Go now, for I need to think upon my words. That's bold. I have to say, I've never met anyone who was like, hey, just met you. You seem like a good guy. I'm gonna be your lover. It's just not happened. Anyways, let's leave. We're going to go down to... Actually, I wonder if I can get there from this side. That's a long way around. But it appears to be the closest, or the quickest way. So, I guess we're heading out. Now, how do I tell what day of the week it is? Also, why? Why is it every time I move like 8 feet, there's another exclamation mark at our stupid capital? What event? Monster sightings. Fine, go deal with it. I don't care. Just leave me alone. There doesn't need to be a new event every, like, 2 hours in-game. No, that's not what I meant to do. Continue our journey. 22 hours. That's a long journey. We need it to be Monday, though. How do I tell what day of the week it is? Like, it's the 18th of Callistril. I know that. But there's no, like, calendar that I can see.
Why don't we set up camp?
I miss a good fight.
We just had a fight like yesterday. We don't need a new fight yet. Alright, we're almost there. We've spotted the enemies. Yeah, okay. We'll do a quick fight, why not? We don't even know if it is Moon Day, we might have to rest a bunch of times. Which way are we facing? Why are they invisible? Doom spiders! Or a doom spider, I guess, is more accurate. Can we charge it? It's like really close to it. Why is that not working? There we go. Is that a concealment or something? Yes, also there's only one. But it was invisible and it did hit our character. She is now... Actually, she took a fair amount of damage, in all honesty. 28 damage is a bit... Now we play the waiting game. Alright, 6 hours to get to the secluded lodge. I think there's a piece of armor here for that quest. If I'm not mistaken, I think the person here has one. Pretty sure Dummer has one. Onslaught gauntlets. Done. That's another reason we're coming down this way. There's one in our capital and one at Oleg's trading post. The suit of armor he gives you, Onslaught, is actually pretty good, as I recall as well. I don't remember exactly what its stats are, but I think it's quite good. I have no idea if it's Monday, so we're gonna go to the Shrine of Lamashtu. It's gotta be like a calendar or something. Although apparently everyone's here, so... Seeing you, Keston nods. Under his coat you notice a suit of armor. A sword hangs at his belt. The guard is ready to fight. Happy to see you, my baron. While we were waiting for you, I've had enough time to choose a good place for the ambush. We received your letter, Keston, and came as soon as we could. Thank you, your grace. I've decided you'd like to see this place with your own eyes. Lamashtu Shrine is on the other side of the hill. I suggest we set an ambush right here. The visibility is good, so we can watch the cultists unnoticed and choose the right moment to strike. If you wish, you can examine the location. It's a place to worship and praise, and what, we mess around? Mother Beast will be pissed. Knock Knock stomps around angrily. Are we ready for the ambush? Not today. Come back later. We'll get them when they least expect it. Alright. Wait for me here. What day is it? Maybe if we save. Does it actually tell us? No, it doesn't. Maybe it says on here. Star Day. So it's actually really close. I think Star Day is Saturday. We'll do a quick rest. If it's Sunday, or like some sort of Sunday equivalent, then we'll be ready to go.
Not like you're.
Okay, nowadays then. Took 10 hours to hunt. Damn, we might have missed Monday. I don't like how we don't have a pause button from here, so we can't actually see what day it is. We have to go into the map to figure it out. We're looking for Moon Day though. It is Sunday. Okay. So Moon Day's tomorrow. Hope we don't have to be here at like a certain time. I'm just gonna rest and hope that we end up on Monday. Even if it's like 1 o'clock in the morning on Monday, I'm gonna call that good enough.
Everyone, I'm ready.
Oh, we're not even gonna make it to Monday, are we? The hell day is it? I think we're like... Well, it's 1400 hours on which day? I think it's gonna be on Sunday still, because I think we only rested 8 hours. No, it is Moon Day. Okay, perfect. Done. We're good. Let's do this thing. We've made it. We're saving. Why are we going so slow? There we go. Welcome back, Your Grace. I'm ready, Keston. Let's get those cultists. We are ambushing. Look, Your Grace, the cultists. There's a bunch of them. 5 cultists. Come to me, Lamashtu's children. Today we praise our great mother who imbued Adela's cub with life. Praise the Mother of Beasts, a glorious day. We are here, Lamashtu. Lamashtu favors us. She blessed the pack with a new cub, our beautiful female cub, marked by the goddess's sacred touch. Yes, at last. Praise the sacred divine. I've seen the cub. She has Lamashtu's mark on her body. The goddess took Cub Mother's life as a repayment. What a worthless female she was, only able to bear a single child. Goddess grants her something more for fertility, life for life. Honor the goddess, we need weaklings. This is going too fast. Tell us your bidding. Praise Mother of Monsters, life giver, attach yourself to the waters of Lamashtu, open your veins and embellish the Bible. It's too fast. Cut my hand off, pass me the knife. They're all doing their thing. You guys can just read it and pause if you need to. Now's the best time to surprise them. Onwards!
Let's make this quick.
Oh, this is an unfortunate arrangement, but that's okay. Kyrieru is up front,
Is going to.
and she likes to cast spells, and our Smilodons at least have a clear charge path. I'm gonna charge that one. Curses upon you. Lamashtu will avenge your children. One of them just dies while the other guy runs off. They did cast haste, though. I don't think that she can charge. She's not in range. She'll just casually walk in. Our militiamen are next. There's only 2 of them. They have spears, but they're not very good. They have a +10 modifier, which means they are kind of bad at fighting. Let's go attack that one. Almost killed him. Second militiaman didn't even attack. Decided just, you know, don't need to. Where are you going? Okay. Weirdest charge path ever, but it worked out in the end, I guess. And another one dies. Knock knock can't get into range, but can he charge into range? Yes. And he does have a flank, so his sneak attack should be pretty good. 28 damage. Didn't quite kill him. Mostly because he only has 1 attack out of his normal, like, 6 or something like that.
We shall overcome.
Lindsay's turn. I can't quite hit that guy. Why? There it is.
Serves you right.
Come on, Lindsay. Yay! Cultist swings at our Smilodon. Hits it for 20. It is injured and almost dead, though. Now it's badly injured and almost dead. Can we charge from like 2 feet away? No. Valerie's going in. And that was... Hell's one escaped. We need to catch him, otherwise another altar will appear somewhere else. Oh, he's gone. Okay, we'll have to deal with him. Let's loot though first. Bloodstained manuscript, masterwork falchion, longsword, garbage armor.
I have managed.
So he wandered off, but we should probably loot the place. There's mushrooms and loot. Please hurry, I beg you. Yes, we're gonna go after them, don't worry. Just chill. There's a melted shard of a ring I needed here. It was important. He'll give us a ring later. The triumph over the wicked Lamastru cultists proved incomplete. Some villain or villainess had slipped away under the cover of darkness and into a narrow gorge amidst the rocks. Without a second thought, our brave Baron, loyal Keston, and their comrade in arms rushed after the fleeing figure. The figure clad in black was barely visible in the dark. The villain had gotten far ahead of us. At the last moment, the Baron noticed their prey and turned aside and disappeared behind the rocks. So our brave heroes rushed into the dark and dreary gorge, chasing the runaway. The gorge was a din of booted feet, rattling swords, and the curses and snarls of those trying to find their way in the darkness, maybe? Still taking the risks of running into each other or losing their footing, the sharp stones, our heroes chased after the runaway. The absence of daylight and unfamiliarity with the location didn't hinder our brave souls, and they reached the edge of a stone ridge. Some had already started to cheer, for the lover of dark rituals would soon be in our hands. But there was an unpleasant surprise waiting for us. The cultists hadn't fled after all. They were lying in wait right behind the ridge. I had just enough time to spot his raised hands and hear the incantations of some frightening spell before darkness engulfed us. Finding yourself in utter darkness, when both sense of direction and sight of your friends are lost, it does things to one's mind, especially when the darkness is almost living, breathing, hungry. When it tries to swallow you and worm its way into your eyes to blind you forever. At least that's how your true servant felt, though, to all accounts, she was perhaps the only one among the band who did not surrender to panic, maintaining her steely-eyed composure. A desperate moment, and time runs fast. What did our heroes do? We can either... Did another go still? Listen, trying to hear where the cultists might have fled? Our perception checks are really high. Let's try this guy. I think that's probably the best bet. We failed the perception check but succeeded the intelligence check. Having decided to plunge to the darkness, Eltimar had forgotten one important thing. Besides their companions, there were surroundings to worry about as well. All we heard was a crack of what might have been Eltimar's skull hitting a rock, and a dull thud as their bodies slumped to the ground. Closing their eyes, Eltimar caught a sound of running feet in the distance, becoming fainter and fainter, but even that faint sound was enough. Once we heard where the cultists had fled, we used this sound like a compass to guide us, and were soon out of the darkness easily. But before the villain disappeared, Eltimar noticed an important detail. The runaway was limping on the right leg. When the others were free of the darkness, the cultist was long gone. Where could he have gone amidst these rocks? As our brave heroes reached the edge of the plateau, the vastness of the Kamalands, or Keemlands, opened before them, an ocean of high grass as far as the eye could see. A beautiful sight, but finding our quarry in this green sea, it would prove impossible. With our heads down and our hopes lost, we descended where our A small streamlet flowed amongst the stones, and then there before us, good fortune. In his haste, our villain had run through the high grass, leaving a trail for all to see. The party immediately set off, driven by a single desire to catch the criminal who dared escape the punishment of the Baron and had led us on this unwelcome chase. We moved as swiftly as we could, but even the ground seemed to fight us. Rock gave way to mud which grew deeper as we marched on and seemed to grab at our boots. Even the wind began to rise, lashing at our cloaks, and a foul scent filled the air. Sure signs we were heading towards the gnarl marches. Soaking wet and exhausted, our heroes came upon a cabin at the edge of the swamp. According to Keston, it was a hunter's lodge owned by Dumra, a hunter who lived there alone, and was known for her great temper and little patience. It also looked like it might be a place where the cultists would seek shelter. It was unlikely the runaway would brave the depths of the gnarl marches in the middle of the night. It was 1 p.m. though. So the Baron pushed open the door and stepped inside, letting a cool touch of night air in. We made it back to where we started the video, basically. The lodge is lit with only a few candles on the tables and counter. The shadows lie thick around the room. A number of people here are here. A well-dressed couple at one of the tables, a girl in simple dresses. A girl in simple dress dozes near the opposite wall, and at the counter is an untidy dwarf. She's wiping away mugs and glaring at you. From the half-open kitchen door, you can hear clanging of pots upon metal, presumably a stove. Keston looks around with a heavy gaze. Things have gone from bad to worse. We must find the cultists before they flee, and we have no idea what they look like. The people in the lodge look surprised and concerned. Each seem to recognize you and ask themselves, what is the ruler of these lands doing here at such a late hour, flanked by armed guards? Keston's hand falls to his weapon. Your Grace, I'm ready to make an arrest, but if you wish to investigate further before making a decision, I'll make sure no one leaves the lodge until you give the order. I'd like to look around and speak with these people. Maybe I'll find something. As you command, my Your Grace. No one will leave this house. I'll make sure of that. Keston looks around the hall once more. My advice, take their room keys. Their personal belongings speak their owner's intent, often more than their masters would like. Alright. That's not a great place to stand, but whatever. I guess there's 2 guards by the door. But we're going to end here. We're at 26 minutes. We're going to call a video. In the next video, we will figure out who the person is. We need to find the person who has a hurt leg, basically. For now, though, we're going to call it. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Take care.